Say, alright, so first and foremost, I'm gonna give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Ba Shemio, Shaiba, Shemakakodash. We said that once a person elects agreements on the word teaches our person in truth. And with this salutation, so that I can push you within our truth and sincerity, day in and day out, and constantly in season on season, with Shalom. And once again, going into our video here, and this basically touching upon some news. Right now, before I go into the articles, I'll let bring forth the scripture. They see the book of 2 Ezra, chapter 8, verse 50. They say, for many great miseries shall be done to them that in the latter time shall dwell in the world, because they have walked in great pride. Right? And as it says, for many great miseries shall be done to them that in the latter time shall dwell in the world. Right? And the new miseries that is coming upon you all. Now, when I read this article here, right, it says just in U.S. authorities have stopped a plot by 2 Chinese agents to smuggle a toxic fungus into Michigan lab that could have wreaked havoc on the entirety of America's food production capabilities. Now, if you've been paying attention to what's going on with food stock in America, they are being plagued by different diseases, by different viruses, right? That are like some of the biggest farms, animals are dying out. Now we know all this is programmed because hey, Esau doing this for a reason, but you're seeing where the food stock is being attacked, right? By different, in different sides. Now, this is the picture of what how small the stuff is that could cause that great harm. Now, when you go up, the page put out some, right? So this is it here. It's a Fusarium graminearum. Most likely I pronounced it wrong, but it's a well-known plant pathogen, and yes, a legitimate agro-terrorism concern. It causes Fusarium, head blight. It's a massive crop losses, mycotoxin contamination, right, which renders grain unsafe for human or animal consumption. It's a large term soil and seed stock damage, right? So you see how they're attacking these seeds, which is some of these things that they can bring us to farming, and the Lord tell us about farming, because it's not only this. Now they stopped it. What about this is the one that they found? What if they were actually doing it from before? And we have been reading for the past few couple of times, I've also done videos on it where livestock has been targeted, right? Plants, seeds and plants have been targeted from different means. Now, in the span of like 2 months, we are seeing animals being affected. We've seen the viruses attacking them, which is like, I'm gonna go back up here. I'm gonna go up a little bit. This is what, 9 minutes ago. Just in, Brazil confirms bird flu case at zoo, right? And if you've been keeping up with that, you're seeing it already making a whole block around the world, affecting different farms and so forth, killing all the livestock there. And what we're seeing, as I say, for many great miseries, we're seeing the miseries that are going to come upon this place, because that will do what? That will cause shortages of food, which will go into what? Famines, right? So the city book of 2 Ezra chapter 5, verse 5, it says, behold, said the Lord, I will bring plagues upon the world. Matter of fact, let me start from verse 1. It says, behold, speak thou in the ears of my people the words of prophecy, which I will put in thy mouth, said the Lord, and cause them to be written in paper, for they are faithful and true. Yeah, because they are faithful and true. These sayings are faithful and true. It's a plenty of people that don't believe, but you know what? The more they don't believe, the misery is growing. Every single day now, right, you're seeing some sort of like different news coming out. And again, if you've been keeping up with what's happening, they are preparing for a biological, the talks that have been going around on these news sites, on these news pages, is that some biological warfare is about to happen. And we're seeing certain things happen. We're seeing the viruses being spread. We see the foods being affected by different diseases. Now we're seeing they catch the so-called 2 Chinese agents smuggling toxic fungus, which could cause what? Which renders grain unsafe for human or animal consumption. Now even when you look up that disease, it says it causes vomiting, liver damage, and reproductive defects in humans and livestock, it said. So you see what it could cause, right? So going back to verse 3, say, fear not the imagination against thee, let not the incredulity of them trouble thee that speak against thee, for all the unfaithful shall die in their unfaithfulness. Yeah. So all the unfaithful shall die in their unfaithfulness. You see, these people that don't believe, you know, you all have a hard wake up call soon. You know, and it's gonna be very critical. You know, you're gonna feel the things, see the things you'll believe in. You're gonna be in it, right? You could see with all these viruses, all the things spreading. You could see the what it is they want to do. You know, they was talking about a global shutdown again, a global lockdown. You're seeing where people, different countries had a mass back up, right? And these is things that we talk and we have been saying, right? We have been saying that these things are coming, right? And it's going to be worse, right? It says so much more. Evil shall increase. 2 Ezra chapter 14, verse 17. It say verse 16. It say, for yet greater evils than those which thou hast seen happen shall be done hereafter. For look how much the world shall be weaker through age, so much the more shall evils increase upon them that dwell therein. It says, so much the more shall evils increase. And that is what we're seeing. Where it went from 1, it went to 5. All right, and the thing about it is this: it doesn't increase it by a small amount; it increases by many. If you really keep up, like for example, this page I used to get news, right? To get news, to get, let's say, outbreak updates. So usually they post like for viruses and so forth, but they also post like other news, like say if a country get attacked somewhere, but maybe they'll still put it up. So overall, it's a good news page, right? Because you're getting news one time. Sometimes you get the news so quick you even get before majority of these main pages, these main news outlets, for example, CNN, BBC. You know, these pages are usually quicker than them, right? And they usually give you a more authentic um, news update when it comes to those stuff, right? So yeah, so you can see the biological stuff here coming down, right? Right, keeping up, you see how much things happening, you see how much things taking place now. Italy now watch how things is. This is just 20 hours ago. Italy confirms first case of the C, right? Numbers, right? So you see weight is being spread. Hey, yo, right? So pay attention to what is going on around you. Take heed to this word, right? Hearken unto the saints of the Lord, right? So it say for look how much the world shall be weaker through age, so much the more shall evils increase upon them that dwell therein, right? So it say going back to 2 Ezra 15 verse 5, it say, behold, said the Lord, I'll bring plagues upon the world, and that is what the Lord bringing, the plagues. You know, we now went through this page and see how much things happening, all in different places around the world, right? And again, if you've been keeping up with the news, you would notice that livestock is being attacked right now, and it's being attacked from all different angles. That is why for the past few weeks, you have been seeing different articles where people have been talking about that the shelves will become empty. Your grocery shelves will become empty, right? So you say, behold, said the Lord, I'll bring plagues upon the world, the sword, famine, death, and destruction. And one of the things he mentioned there is what famine, right? And just like you see in here, we see in the farms be attacked, right? Even with this particular thing that I found here, it mentioned what rendered grain unsafe for human or animal consumption. It's a long-term soil and seed stock damage, right? So certain things wouldn't be able to grow, right? And so on and so forth. You say, just popped inside from working in the garden. Is there something I should know? Is there any threat possibility on top of my usual struggles in the plots, right? So a lot of stuff happening. A lot of stuff happening. It's such an important thing to be watching news. Just like this bird flu being spread, measles, C9, right? This thing here, and many other things. And again, in the midst of all of that, you're hearing talks about, you're seeing, as I said, you're seeing different news pages putting up stuff about some biological thing that's going to happen. I will do a video on it. But they've been talking about it. I see it in certain articles, I see it in certain press runs, being mentioned. So prepare for something coming soon. And the way they're talking about it, they say it could happen soon. Right? So you say, behold, said the Lord, I'll bring plagues upon the world. And who doing this? Is the Lord doing this? Right? They say, the sword, famine, death, and destruction. They say, for wickedness had exceedingly polluted the whole earth, and their hurtful works are fulfilled. Therefore said the Lord. Right? So yeah. Right? And we're seeing a lot of stuff. A lot of plagues happening. Seeing the wars. Right? We're seeing the famines. We're seeing the pestilences. We're seeing the earthquakes. Right? There's a bunch of stuff happening. So continue. If in your mindset things good, you're gonna get a rude awakening, right? You're gonna get a very rude awakening, right? So once again, I give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, Ba'ashem Kodesh. We said around some personal elders, agreements, and ruler teachers our person in truth, and we see salutations, so they are coming to push with on truth and sincerity, day in and day out, and constantly in season. We say Shalom.